Hello everyone and welcome back to Kinkoi, Reina's Route. Before we get into it, for those of you who have watched this week's Cafe Stella episode, you may have remembered a little bit of an audio issue that occurred. Long story short, I tried something different with OBS. It didn't work. So, much like that episode, I'm having to go back and re-record a little bit after the fact. Sorry about that. I assure you, Saren Prince is in this episode. Now we know, we'll just go from here. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Gravedigger. I'm keeping some of the jokes. I was restless the moment I woke up. Reina was expected to learn the results of her examination following her appointment at 10 o'clock that morning. And the messenger of those very results didn't return to the dorm until 1 o'clock that afternoon.
いやー、昼飯サンキューあやかっち。美味しいね、あそこのうなぎ。
浜松湖で養殖しているうなぎでも最高なものです。迷惑をかけたのですから、これくらいはしませんと。
You're late, you know. She had gone to the doctor to find out whether or not she was pregnant. Reina was supposed to get the results around 11 o'clock, but she and Jokazaki had grabbed lunch on their way back to the academy. They made me wait 3 hours. I had been a nervous wreck.
ごめんごめん。
I don't think you're sorry at all.
これからパワーつけなきゃいけないから、精のつくものをってね。お母さんってやっぱり体力勝負らしいから。
Oh, okay. Then, well, as for the test. Reina looked down at her feet. Reina.
陰性でしたよ。
Ah! I fell flat on my face. You're not pregnant?
あやかっち、バラすの早すぎかよ。
私の選んだアフターピルが悪いものだと思われては心外です。
Oh, right, because that's the only part of this we're concerned about. How dare it impact your reputation? Reina.
というわけで、今日の時点で陰性。来週が最終検査だって。
先ほどホルモン薬をいただいてきました。99% 妊娠の心配はありませんわ。
Huh. That's so. I felt wiped out. For the last week, I had been overwhelmed with the idea of what I'd do if I became a father. Either way, we now knew Reina wasn't pregnant. It was cold outside, so we headed in.
この3人でこの部屋に集まると、なんだね。
You might say it's been feeling off since we got it on. All we could do was think about the incident from a week ago.
結果的に私は変化なしだったみたいだけど。あやかっち、どう？あれから変わったこととかある？
Not that she can say out loud. Good question. No issues with bowel movements or hemorrhoids or anything?
聞くことではないでしょ。ご心配なく、問題は生じておりません。
そっか、よかったよかった。
何も変化ありませんわ。
She said unconvincingly.
2日に1回が1日3回に増えた以外。私はもう行きます。木崎さん、来週もお忘れなく。
Right?
来週もうなぎね。
Is that a euphemism?
I'd love to eat some eel too.
Reina and I were now alone. Okay then, with that settled,
パパにはなれなかったね。
Yep.
残念？それともほっとした？
yep.
Half and half. It's pathetic that the part of me that's relieved wins out, huh?
そんなことないよ。私もなんだかんだほっとしてる。ほっとはしてるけど、この一週間、空想の中で可愛がってた我が子がいないのは、ちょい寂しいかな。
She gently rubbed her stomach. I felt the same. I was more relieved than not. But it did feel a bit lonely that the metaphorical link binding us together was now gone. But then that all depended on what came next.
Hey, Reina.
Hmm?
I'm not sure I should say this when the possibility just disappeared, but as I said before, I would love to have a baby with you.
The conversation veered into embarrassing territory, and Reina turned away.
Can we not?
だから、まだ考えられないって、もうちょっと待ってよ。
That's not a no.
I've already waited a week. That's 7 of your Earth days. I also came to the conclusion that everything really would be okay if we started dating.
なんで？
Because we struck a balance.
It's the theme!
I feel like it's stated to be the theme so much, and she's like the embodiment of it, that it's like Jeff Johns wrote this.
I quoted a certain someone.
On the outside, don't the two of us make great friends?
それは、まあ、うん。
We were worried about whether things would fall apart if we started dating, and I felt that way until about a week ago myself. But I was wrong. I figured it out and, well, we'll be fine. We struck a balance. A
友
perfect
達と
balance.
恋人のバランスってこと？
Exactly.
A certain someone had told me it would all be okay as long as we worked toward finding a balance. Luckily, my life had been trending more and more toward maintaining those sorts of balancing acts. For as immensely frustrating as that occasionally had been, I did think it was a good thing.
I kind of like that Rhea does play a big role in the ship in both of the routes.
I know, it's
so far.
It's really great. I would feel like that's probably going to be the constant.
It's really neat. Like, I like that. Which really makes me wonder the golden route.
That'll be Sylvie's job.
Yeah, like, will it flip? Is it... Man, I'm so interested in that one.
It'll be everybody except Joe Kosaki. Because you know she's going to be fighting that one hard.
Yeah. You don't think we can maintain both? Friends and lovers, I mean. Do you not believe we can be both?
友達で恋人。
Based on how things have felt this week, I think we can pull it off. How about you?
わかんない。
Didn't look like the idea had settled in her head yet.
だってさ、やっぱり小さい頃から恋ってのは、こう、もっと ロマンティックっていうかさ。
I mean, we can make it romantic. It doesn't always have to involve, addictive incense.
違うのかな
Wait, wasn't it not addictive?
No, I know, but they don't know if it could be habit forming or not in repeated use.
Oh,
That's why it's
that's fair.
pending legislation.
You were a girl full of dreams, huh?
うっさい。オーロが悪い。
Huh?
そりゃオーロは男の中じゃ一番仲いいし、好きは好きだし、エッチなことしてもいい感じだとは思ってるけど、こう、好きってなるものがない。だからオーロが悪い。
Rude.
もっとこう、
Oh,
かっこい
it's
いと
what's
こ
her
見せて
name?
くれたらこっちもスパッと恋に落ちて、ラブラブチュッチュだったかもしれないのに。
What?
That's the same voice actress who was... Sorry, that was the duck.
I assumed it was. I didn't think you were just squeaking randomly.
Anyway, but no, it's the same voice actress who was... She's been in like 3 Ubisoft games.
Oh.
She was Meguru in Sanobawichi. She was Yoshino in Senran Banka, and in Real Joker she was what's her name? The one who's the Yamato Nadeshiko. I just can't remember the name right now. Anyway, yeah. But I recognized the voice there. So I'm like 81% certain. I'm like 52% certain. Somebody help me out in the comments.
Somebody give him a statistic that's higher than either of those numbers.
Don't hit me where it hurts.
Fair enough. I couldn't remember ever showing her a cool side of myself. Heck, between all the times I cried and complained, I had to admit I'd shown her more of my flaws than anything else. That's love, baby.
だから。
Hmm?
てりゃ
Duh!
She lunged at me without warning. Unable to catch her, I was pushed back onto the bed. Reina straddled me in the process. Hello.
Oh, that went a lot better. I thought you just like speared him.
Right in the stomach.
ああ、情けない。今のでパッてお姫様抱っこして受け止めてくれたらかっこよかったのに。
Nah, we just flopped over like the punching bag from Super Smash Brothers.
Phew, no chance without a little warning you gave me.
That was dangerous. Oh, she nearly snapped my lower back.
オーロ、一つだけ条件。
Only one?
Hmm?
これから先、いつでもいい。一回だけでいいから、かっこいいとこ見せてよ。約束するなら、付き合ってあげる。できる？
Maybe?
No. I mean, I
End of
can't.
round.
Yeah, that's it, actually. Roll credits. That's it. I can. I promise.
I hadn't considered how I'd pull off such a feat in any concrete terms, but there was no way I wouldn't just nod my head and agree right now. Okay. Now that I promised...
オッケー。じゃあ、今日から友達兼恋人だね。
Reina kissed me. This was the prerequisite. After a week-long balancing act, we were officially a couple. How should I go about showing her my cool side? Have to figure out what the hell my cool side is first.
Slick your hair back, get a leather jacket.
Oh, and also one of those
A cool
combs.
car. Yeah, one of the combs.
There we go. The switchblade combs.
He just becomes Danny Zuko.
Does that mean that we have to fly off into the sunset at the end in a flying car?
Yes.
Well, this is going to be interesting.
At least it means that the opening song now gets to be by the Bee Gees.
But what if we never see each other again? Of that, I wasn't sure yet. she and I would continue to be close friends. That was the one thing I was convinced we could pull off with extreme ease. The end of term ceremony. Such inefficient matters were seemingly shunned at Noble Academy, so the formalities were wrapped up in a scant 10 minutes that morning.
You know what's weird?
Ah.
So they're talking about the end of term report cards, right?
Probably.
What's interesting is, right, like, alternate timeline, Ichimatsu Ouro improved his grades because of Sylvie.
Right, because he wanted to be a diplomat.
Correct. Does that mean in this timeline he's still, like, terrible?
I mean, not terrible. He's doing the whole C's get degrees thing in order to be a reasonably competent civil servant.
All right.
Yeah. The primary focus of today were our end-of-term report cards. Incidentally, Noble Academy revered its students' individual growth, so they comprehensively split studies into ranks, grades included. No surprise?
A です。
Again?
Also not surprising.
テストは100点ですけど、特にエキスパートプランで打ち込んでいることがありませんので。
Huh.
I
同じく
will be
B です。
honest. That shocks me.
I know.
I am shocked that Kikuchiyo got a B. Ayako, what is her expert planning?
I'm sure it has something to do with the television station. It's got to be some sort of talent management or something to that
or
effect.
media type thing, yeah.
I mean, because if she's going to end up running the station, that would make sense.
逆に私はテスト微妙だったけど、デザイナー部門で頑張ってるから B だったよ。
Oh, man.
オーロは？
Ooh.
D.
The lowest rank from what I'd heard.
まあ、そうなるでしょうね。
Well, you could have helped.
Look, the D stands for degree. My policy is not to worry about grades as long as I can graduate, but it really grinds my gears when they attach ranks like this.
エキスパートプランで特に何もしていないのだから、テスト成績くらい取らないと卒業が危ういですよ。
You know, I'm not even sure I have an expert planning class.
Not in this route, I don't think.
For real?
赤点さえ出さなければ退学はないのでご安心を。
Why are you being weirdly nice?
向上心のないクズはノーブル学園にはふさわしくない。学園の恥なので消えてほしいというだけですわ。
I was about to say, there she is.
There's the old Ayaka that I didn't like. I won't be expelled? Well, that's a relief.
プライドのない男。所詮は庶民ね。庶民よ、あんなやつ。ただの庶民。
ねえねえ、ところでシルビー、今日時間くれるんだよね。約束だものね。
The school day ended around 10 o'clock, and winter break had begun. However,
Where are you going?
被服室。オーロはついてきちゃダメだよ。
oh, why not?
レーナがね、作ってる服が完成しそうだから、モデルをやらせてくれるっていうの。
Ah. Another cosplay rally? Well, then I absolutely have to attend.
今回は真面目なやつ。覗き見 NG。
Darn it.
あ、でも、ブルマとスクミズを合体させたくっそエロいのも作ったんだよな。あれも試着ってもらおうかな。
Now you're just being mean.
Show me.
ダメ。
Mm.
ねえねえ、ところでシルビー、今日時間くれるんだよね。
ええ、
I was driven away. Aww. I spotted a familiar face heading in a different direction from usual. Towards somewhere deserted near the dorm.
Hey!
んだよ、ほんと一人になろうって時に限って来るな、お前。
That and being able to scratch any back itch are our two superpowers.
There.
まあ、お前ならいいけど。
Rhea lit up a cigarette.
Did you make it to the end of term ceremony?
あ？職員室行って成績表だけもらってきた。
The D is for delinquent.
Oh, and what was your verdict?
I was just hoping for a fellow D ranker.
D.
Knowing someone like her who hardly ever participated in class.
B。
Damn it.
Uh-huh. No, wait. How? Don't you cut class constantly? Aren't you literally never there?
Ah, but her expert planning is being a celebrity.
うん、2学期は1回も出てない。でもエキスパートプランである程度結果出してれば、評価は高いんだよ、うちは。もともとノーブル学園ってそれ目的で建てられてるし。
I like how in every single route so far, basically the end result has been, hey, you know you can suck at school as long as you're decent at expert planning, but you probably should have known that by now.
特筆すべき成果があれば授業も全部免除。ほらあるだろ。どこそこの大学じゃ芸能人なら何もしなくても合格卒業みたいな。
That's fair. That's not entirely incorrect because I've definitely seen athletes
Oh, yeah.
do literally nothing.
Yep.
So that's fair,
Mhm.
Alright. Did that apply to Reina too? Wait, what are you even doing for your expert planning? I always got the impression you just hung out on the roof all the time or just slept the day away.
来年のグラミー賞。
Huh?
なんでもない。利きタバコ的なそういうので優秀賞取った的な。
Oh, yeah, okay. Very believable. She gave me the slip, along with some lip.
Anyway, damn. I thought you were a fellow lost cause.
その様子じゃそっちは相当悪かったみたいだな。
That's correct.
判定なんだった？ C？
I hoped I could make this humorous, but now it just felt embarrassing to say.
D とか？まあ D はないか。普通に生活してればあんなん取るのは。
A grab. I'm guessing that was something that they fixed in the patch.
D？ そうなんだですか。
Watch us be the only D in the entire school.
Watch us be the only D in history.
You know, I wouldn't be shocked.
いや、気にすんなよ。あんなさて教師の心象がほとんどでさ、ほら。
Don't be so nice. That actually makes it worse.
こっちも驚いたんだよ。
Are D's really that rare?
勉強は留年の危険あり。エキスパートプランで成果意欲とも特筆すべき点なしで D になるらしい。
Wow.
ぶっちゃけどんだけバカでもエキスパートプランで私頑張ってますアピールしてりゃ C にはなる。
Well, yeah, I have been skipping afternoon classes this whole time.
そりゃお前が悪いわ。
Bleh. This came a little late, but I felt depressed.
I don't have anything to work toward. Didn't you tell me this before that I should strike a life balance?
あ
Something tells me I struck a balance, but at a very low standing.
あ、それは良くないかな。
Aha, I don't have grades or a life.
Yay!
その話をした時言っただろ。俺にはバランス取って生きるってのは難しい。
And she would know.
Yeah.
Our conversation essentially went, I was in the balanced lifestyle category, and Ria was in the devote yourself to one thing category.
あれ、俺の性格的に難しいってことじゃなくて、誰がやっても難しいってことだからな。バランス取って、中庸に平凡に生きる。つまり中庸な位置でバランス取って生きる。
So do better. Stay balanced, but better.
これって本当に難しいことなんだぞ。
So you know how, like, in every game, like, well, not every game, but almost all of them, Mario is the balanced character.
Uh-huh.
Where he's, like, straight down the middles.
Yes.
Ouro is like that, but, like, instead of having, like, straight 5s or something, he's, like, straight 2s.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You think so?
We do.
そうだよ。
So does she.
一点だけ尖らせて生きるってのも難しいけど、逆にまん丸くバランス取って生きるってのも難しい。世間様は一点だけ尖らせて、スポーツに打ち込んだり特別な成績を出したやつを評価したがる傾向にあるけどな。俺に言わせれば、その逆だって難しいよ。余計な火種を生まず、余計な恨みを買わず、余計な苦労は背負わず、余計な迷惑をかけず、平凡に中庸に。生きてれば必ずどこかに歪みができるからな。本当に平凡な人生なんて、この世にないと思うくらい。
Ria, have you considered a career in philosophy?
例えば、今誰かさんがバランス取ってるようで勉強も何もできなくなってるみたいに。ま、頑張れよ。
Ria gave that gentle reply.
それでもお前には、バランス取って生きる才能はあると思ってるから。
It's easy to maintain balance when you're on the floor.
頑張れ。D 判定なんかに負けるな。1には1のいいところがある。
Don't let the D grade
Don't
get
let
you
that D
down.
grade get you down. I've missed doing this.
Me too.
Don't be so kind.
Damn it. It was equally difficult to lead a balanced lifestyle, huh? I knew that. That was made crystal clear to me this past summer.
You think I'll avoid having to repeat this year?
ノーブル学園は基本留年者は出さないはずだけど、気をつけるに越したことはないかな。
This naturally went for maintaining a healthy balance at school, like Ria was talking about. But I currently had one other aspect in my life where I had to maintain a healthy balance as well. Her.
ただいまー。
How'd the modeling session go?
Do you have pictures?
いい感じだったよ。服もいい感じのデザインにできたと思う。まあ、シルビーが着ると何でも似合っちゃうから、まだわかんないけどね。
I wish I could have seen it.
あと、エルチンに着せたすく水ブルマがね、父とお尻がムッチンムッチンに食い込んじゃって。
Mean.
Pixar, it didn't happen. I wish I could have seen it.
If only I had tagged along, even if I had to force it.
とにかく、2学期に作りたかった服は一応完成しましたってことで。ドーン。
Oops.
Reina clung to me.
お、膝。
Right.
We tumbled back into the bed, and I set her on my lap.
恋人になってどうだって、いまいち実感ないけど、こうやってくっつけるのは楽しいね。
Agreed.
I pet her head. This was it. The balance between friends and lovers. I thought it'd be simple to pull off, but I guess even this was complicated.
どうかした？
Just wondering what happened if I kissed you right now.
おう、なんじゃい、急だね。ダメ、なんか恥ずかしい。
Darn.
She could easily cling up to me and rest on my lap, all things she could do when we were friends. But when it came to kissing, which was something only lovers did, she wasn't sure how to bridge that distance. This was a toughie. Winter break was now upon us, and we could take our time to work things out as we went. To create a balanced relationship, as it were. And then she kissed me.
わあ。なんか言ってよ。
You really gotta stop with these surprise attacks. It scares him every time, and I'm afraid our teeth are gonna knock together and...
ごめん。
The balance...
Tasty.
No, that was last episode. Or the one before, with a shirt. The balance between friends and lovers. This should be much easier than schoolwork. Possibly, anyway.
And unlike schoolwork where I got the D, she's gonna... Never mind.
Anyway, on the first day of winter break, the dorm was busier than usual.
ああ、もうパパママ来ちゃう。間に合わないよ。だから普段から片付けはしっかりとですね。ちょっと2年、パンツ落としてるわ。ドン引き。
In what sense?
お父様たちいらっしゃいましたよ、加賀先輩。やはりノーブル学園は、長期休暇だとすぐに帰省にかかる方が多いようですわね。
What, did you think we were making that up?
Again? Gonna be weird to say. Really interested to what Monaco actually looks like.
Me too. Very curious.
そうですね。遅くてもクリスマス前にはってなることが多いです。でも、寮内は暗黙の了解として、帰省前には大掃除も済ませておこうってなってるので。
一日で大掃除から帰省準備まで。そりゃ大わらわですわ。
掃除の方は12月に入ったあたりから、ちょっとずつ進めておく方が多いんですけど、
してなかった方はひどい目に遭うと。
Just like Link in Majora's Mask.
Man, still, I believe, my favorite one.
It is good. Stressful, but good.
ちなみに茜は大掃除は？
ちょっとサボりがち。実家に帰るのは来週の予定なので、今週中に終わらせようと思ってます。
良い気合ですわ。
ちなみに、カミナルさんは？
私はこの後お仕事が詰まっておりますので、お月にやらせておきましたわ。
カミナル様、部屋の掃除終わりました。
ご苦労。
ずるい。
Everyone seems pretty busy.
Except for Mina using her royal cheat powers.
You going home too, Reina?
一応正月はお年玉もらいに帰るよ。いつ頃とかはまだ未定だけど。ギリギリまではこっちにいるつもり。オーロは？
I guess I'm in the same boat. If I go home too soon, I'll get roped into their seasonal cleaning spree too.
だよね。
My apologies to the rich girls of the dorm who seemed so busy around this time of year, but a commoner's New Year's holiday was meant for rest and relaxation.
でも大掃
He
除
could
はしなよ。
also figure out a way to somehow manage to do nothing,
That's entirely possible.
which is, I've heard, awesome.
Clean my room, huh? That general inclination had been hanging over our heads since the start of December, but it was written in no uncertain terms on the dorm message board this morning. A message to the effect of, "Let's clean up and welcome the New Year's feeling refreshed."
A cleaning spree sounds like a huge pain in the butt.
オーロの部屋全然散らかってないし楽じゃない？
I mean, it's not messy thanks to Mina-chan's training. She'd be angry if it were.
About to say, it looks pretty clean to me, other than a stack of boxes that will never leave.
可愛いお目付け役がいるんだっけ？
And because of how clean I've kept it, I don't really feel like doing more than I need to.
Like cleaning the windows or under the bed, for example. This was supposed to be a major cleanup, and it felt like I had to go all out. Regardless, my room was clean enough at this exact moment and didn't need that extra attention. And I wasn't the least bit motivated to do the rest.
What about you, though?
大掃除とはいかないけど、ちょくちょく片付けは進めてるよ。
We've never actually seen her room, have we? I don't think we have. I bet it's just utter chaos.
You know what? I don't think we ever have either. I didn't think about that till right now.
新コードで言うと、今 3% くらい。
Ooh.
That's a number. That's not progress. In fact, it sounds like you just started cleaning.
Her room was just plain dirty. I never complained since she usually came over to my place to hang out, but...
Want me to help?
Cleaning was mind-numbing when you did it alone, but was often much easier with someone else around.
いいね。手伝ってくれるなら嬉しい。
She's gonna lie on the bed and make us do everything.
Yep.
But she will pay us in, favors.
でも初めての共同作業が大掃除かよ。
Yay!
You know, doesn't sound so fantastic when you phrase it that way. Doesn't that fit us pretty well, though? Not that
かも
fantastic.
ね。
We went out to do some shopping first. Gotta get more stuff before you can clean up.
今日あったかいね。
You can thank global warming for that.
Yeah! Still rough weather if you were to interact with water, but great for general mobility. It made for perfect cleaning weather. We picked up proper cleaning supplies from the usual shop.
ねえねえ、この吸水性抜群って雑巾使う？
They suck. Don't waste the money. Just use a standard cloth. Oh, and we'll buy some bed sheets too.
なんでこのタイミング？
No reason. Around this time of year, my family replaces their old bed sheets to start the new year off with a fresh set.
Interesting.
And we cut up the old sheets into palm-sized pieces and use them to clean or dust with.
おー、合理的！
That really is.
I strongly recommend it. If you're reading this, please give it a try.
That's been a public service announcement for all of our watchers, too.
急にどうした？
Them.
They.
We bought window squeegees, garbage bags, and a few end-of-year cup noodles before we headed back to the dorm.
掃除だ掃除だ
Yep.
でもその前にもうちょっと散歩してく？
Procrastination time, procrastination time!
Hey, don't lose your motivation before we even get started.
ああ、やると思うと面倒なんじゃ。
I knew how she felt.
That happens all the time with big cleaning sprees. You feel completely unmotivated after buying or collecting cleaning supplies, and you don't really want to start.
続きは来年でよくない？
Hang in there.
When we got near the dorm,
ジュース買ってく。
Gotcha.
it was clear how hard Reina was trying to push off cleaning. She rushed over to a row of vending machines. Either way, we decided to take a break.
何？
Oh, I just remembered where this is.
The same street we always go to on these outings. This is where I dropped by with Rhea a couple of months ago.
You know what? It actually was.
Yeah.
This exact street. That is correct.
There was an ashtray and cigarette vending machine nearby, so it was a glorified smoking area. But when we walked toward it, an incident occurred and our timing couldn't have been any worse.
一松
Why do you guys hang out here?
I was about to say, they are like the most NPC of all people, where they just hang out in this one alley no matter what.
Yeah,
Waiting for him to appear.
they're only in the baseball club by name. They don't actually participate. They just stand here waiting for the protagonist to walk by, so they can challenge him to a Pokemon battle.
Well, to be fair, we've heard how they did in the playoffs, so clearly they don't play baseball that well.
That's true. My timing was equally horrendous today. Better never use these vending machines here ever again. When I turned around, I found 3 well-built guys with crew cuts eyeing me. They were from the Hamanon Baseball Club. Like Torio, they were fellow former teammates of mine.
あ
Unlike last time, they all stared me up and down as if looking for something. What was their deal?
誰？
Acquaintances from Hamanon.
ああ、野球部の。はじめまして、どうも。オーロの彼女です。
Reina greeted them with a positively beaming smile.
彼女？あの可愛い子が？この前の派手な子じゃないよな。あいつこの短期間に。しかも前の子もこの子もクソ可愛い。
They were under a tiny misconception. Perfect.
Let's go, Reina.
うん。
I didn't correct them and took this perfect opportunity to grab Reina's hand and headed back toward the dorm.
あ、一松
He tried to stop me, but I ignored him.
You don't have a CG, I don't care.
Exactly. I had nothing left to discuss with them.
そっか。島くん以外とはまだギスってるんだね。
Yeah, more or less.
Since Torio and I were childhood friends, he could generally tell how I was feeling. The same couldn't be said for the others, as we'd become acquainted over the last few years, and I saw them as nothing more than teammates. And
The biggest reason is, I bet those guys have way more of a grudge against me than Torio.
なんで？
Torio considers the slump he's in his own fault. But they all believe their ace is in a slump because of me.
そっか。逆恨まれてると。
I can't call their resentment completely unjustified, though.
From their perspective, my unnecessary actions had confused Torio, and they had lost the tournament as a result. I was the one who put all of the practice they'd sacrificed their youth for to waste when it counted most. I wasn't about to make any excuses. Nor was I about to apologize either. This was why I couldn't deal with them and refused to get involved any further. They were free to think of me what they will. I didn't care if they mocked me and believed I was a coward who left the team in shambles. I didn't care.
コーヒー牛乳飲む？
No need. I'm not upset.
膝枕する？
I told you I'm fine.
Nuzzle, nuzzle.
するんじゃん。
You don't need to console me, but if I can touch your thighs, I'll be all over that.
もう。てい！
Once I crouched down and rubbed my cheeks against her lap, she put my face between her thighs. Hello. Reina had turned sideways and rested on top of my head. Something squishy and something hotter than the rest of her body was gently pressed against the crown of my head.
変則型膝枕だよ。元気出る？ よしよし。
I pulled away and no longer sounded like a muted Bert from Sesame Street.
元気なくなったらいつでも言って。太ももと、もう彼氏なんだし、パンツまでならサービスするから。
Well then.
I'm fine now, but it feels like I lost something awesome.
効果てきめんかよ。
Yep, it was just our weakness.
See, he had to take breaths, which means I was right in calling that he was...
Yeah, you were right. Good call.
Thanks, Reina.
いえいえ。
Reina was just as kind now as she had been since the day we met. That made me so happy at moments like these.
Why don't we get started? Dang it.
The duck agrees.
Alright, hold up. Why don't we get started?
ん？ ヒーローラブリッチェ！おはようございます、先輩！
I feel like we end up on this a lot.
I was about to say, I think every time it ends on this.
It's not every
or
time,
starts
but
on this.
it's very common. It ends up
It's
being
a
this way
lot.
a lot. I mean, I guess it makes sense with the radio calisthenics routine. Okay, well, I think that's where we're going to call it for now. Once again with Akane saying good morning, so that's the first thing that we'll see in the next episode. That's always fun. In unsurprising news, Ouro continues to have no prospects whatsoever, and is actually essentially failing with his D. Not in that context.
He's
you know what?
actually,
Let me
successful in
yeah,
a different sense.
Well, especially if you ask
But,
Joe Kasaki, apparently.
Apparently.
She can't stop thinking
But
about
no.
his D.
Unsurprisingly, he's doing terribly because he had no motivation to actually start doing well in expert planning or to go to classes.
But it does make me interested what his expert planning is going to be this time around. I mean, he had good motivation on Sylvie's route to do the diplomat role, but what would he do? I don't know that there's really anything in particular he could do to try to excel as a civil servant, so I'm assuming it's going to be something to complement what Reina's doing as a fashion designer, I would think. But he's got to do something, because there's no way in heck that his grades are going to get better just by him being a better student. I mean, come on. It's just not,
No.
It's just not going to work. at least things are really going well with his relationship with Reina. He's not a daddy, apparently, and they're dating. So, some would call that a win across the board. Anyway, thank you all for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we hope to see you in the next one. For now, we are the Bridge Boys, and Akane, yet again, signing off.